I do have one that has that.
We've got some folks in here for you.
But they wanted to wash it separately.
We got a nice full bottle
And then dry it.
of wine for somebody else.
Well, if you put that on the dry, yeah. I mean, and it's good for 70. And I figure it has a collar up here and long sleeves, and you can if you're covered up that you might have. So I just
I want to take a picture of the house.
do what?
I want to take a picture of the house.
Oh no, it's we got it all, and we got two kinds of wine. So you can put that, but they're both white.
What's in here?
I got napkins. How's that? Yes. I'll take that bottle. The only napkins I can find are that.
So sweet.
Okay, where's that?
Oh, man. You got to get used to this.
Isn't this a beautiful spot?
It's okay.
Oh, Mary Ann, you know how much we love that. That does not last long in our house.
Well, it is a low sugar, but it still is low and it tastes like pretty good. Cheers, you guys.
Oh, cheers. Cheers. Iced tea.
Looky there.
We are set.
He's hunting cats.
I think it's so
Says he's been here. Says 25 years. Except for that brother.
Hi, Grandma.
Good evening, and welcome to Voices of Courage, 100 Years of Women's Achievement Through Song, presented by Opera Wyoming. Thank you for joining us in this celebration of the centennial of women's suffrage in the United States and the sesquicentennial of the first woman to vote in Wyoming. We would like to thank Catherine and Randy Becker for the use of this beautiful farm and the Wyoming Arts Council for their continued support. Following state guidelines, please maintain 6 feet between parties whenever possible and wear a facial covering whenever 6 feet cannot be maintained. Restrooms are available near the White Cottage where you entered, and hand sanitizer, bug repellent, and bottled water are available at the courtesy table where you checked in. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones as a courtesy to our performers and your fellow audience members. You're welcome to use your phones to access the online program and take photos, and enjoy the show. Susan B. Anthony was one of the most popular figures in United States history, as she played a pivotal role in the women's suffrage movement. Anthony traveled extensively in support of women's suffrage, giving as many as 75 to 100 speeches per year and working on many state campaigns. She worked internationally for women's rights, playing a key role in creating the International Council of Women, which is still active. In 1863, she founded the Women's Loyal National League, which conducted the largest petition drive in United States history up to that time, collecting nearly 400,000 signatures in support of the abolition of slavery. In 1945, Gertrude Stein began composing a libretto to honor Susan B. Anthony's life, and the opera titled Mother of Us All performed shortly after Stein's death in 1947. From that opera comes this song, We Cannot Retrace Our Steps, performed by Emily Quintana.
We cannot retrace our steps. Going forward would be the same as going backwards. We cannot retrace our steps. Retrace our steps. All my long life. All my life. We do not retrace our steps. All my long life. But we do not retrace our steps. All my long life. And here we are here in marble and gold. Did I say gold? Yes, I said gold in marble and gold. And in my long life of effort and strife, life is strife. In my long life, it does not come and go. I tell you so. It will stay, it will be. But do we want what we have got? Has it not gone? What made it live? Has it not gone? Because now it is had. In my long life, in my long life, life is strife. I was a martyr all my life, not for what I won, but for what was done. Do you know? Because I tell you so. Or do you know? Do you my long life, my
Inspired by the Newsboys' strike of 1899 in New York City, the Broadway musical Newsies hit Broadway stages in 2011. During Act One, we are introduced to Catherine, a journalist who struggles to be taken seriously in her career due to society's view of working women. Brilliant and diligent, Catherine represents a generation of women in journalism and other male-dominated careers who fought to be seen. This is Watch What Happens from Newsies, performed by Deb Harris.
Write what you know, so they say. All I know is I don't know what to write or the right way to write it. This is big, lady, don't screw this up. This is not some little vaudeville I'm reviewing. Poor little kids versus rich, greedy sourpusses. It's a cinch. It can practically write itself, and let's pray it does. Because as I may have mentioned, I have no clue what I'm doing. Am I insane? This is what I've been waiting for. Well, that plus the screaming of 10 angry editors. A girl, it's a girl. How the hell is that even legal? Look, just go and get her. Not only that, there's a story behind the story. Thousands of children exploited, invisible. Speak up, take a stand, and there's someone to write about it. That's how things get better. Give life's little guy some ink, and when it dries, just watch what happens. Those kids will live and breathe right on the page, and once they're center stage, you watch what happens. And who's there with her camera and her pen? As boys turn into men, they'll storm the gates, and then just watch what happens when they do. Picture a handsome, heroically charismatic, plain-spoken, know-nothing, skirt-chasing, cocky little son of a lie-down with dogs. You wake up with a raise and a promotion. Not only that, he's a flirt, a complete egomaniac. The fact is he's also the face of the strip. What a face the facts. That's a face that could save us all from sinking in the ocean. Like someone said, power tends to corrupt, and absolute power, wait, corrupts. Absolutely, that is genius. Give me some time, I'll be twice as good as that. 6 months from now, just look around at the world we're inheriting and think of the one we'll create. Their mistake is they got old is not a mistake we'll be making, no sir, we'll stay young forever. Give those kids and me brand new century and watch what happens. It's David and Goliath, do or die. The fight is on, but I can't watch what happens. But all I know is nothing happens if you just give in. It can't be any worse than how it's been. And it just so happens that we just might win. Whatever happens, let's begin.
Everyone knows the classic Cinderella story, made most popular during Disney's 1950 animated release. However, in 1904, Pauline Viardot, a leading 19th century French mezzo-soprano and composer, wrote a chamber operetta titled Cendrillon, or in English, Cinderella. It was first performed on April 23, 1904, when Pauline was 83 years old. Fluent in Spanish, French, Italian, English, German, and Russian, she performed and composed across Europe, paving the way for powerful female singers and musicians. From Cendrillon, this is Je viens te rendre à l'espérance, which means I come to bring you hope, performed by Andrea Seip. In 1911, Frances Hodgson Burnett published her novel The Secret Garden, which would go on to be noted as one of the best children's books of the 20th century. The musical was written and adapted by Emmy Award-winning Lucy Simon and Marcia Norman, the first woman ever to win the Pulitzer Prize for drama. Secret Garden, the musical, would go on to win the Tony for Best Book of a Musical, Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Musical, and Best Scenic Design. It's one of the first predominantly female production teams in Broadway history. It's no surprise that there are many songs about women helping other women. This is the song Hold On from Secret Garden, performed by Christine Kiefer.
What you've got to do is finish what you have begun. I don't know just how, but it's not over till you've won. When you see the storm is coming, see the lightning part the skies, there's no place to run, there's terror in your eyes. What you do then is remember this old thing you heard me say. It's the storm, not you, that's bound to blow away. Hold on to someone standing by. Hold on, don't even ask how long or why. Child, hold on to what you know is true. Hold on till you get through. Child, oh child, hold on. When you feel your heart is pounding, fear a devil's at your door. There's no place to hide, you're frozen to the floor. What you do then is you force yourself to wake up and you say, it's this dream, not me, that's bound to go away. Hold on, the night will soon be by. Hold on, don't even ask how long or why. Child, hold on, there's angels on their way. Hold on and hear them say, child, oh child. And it doesn't even matter, the dangers and the doom come from up above or down below, or just comes flying at you from across the room. When you see a man who's raging and he's jealous and he fears that you've walked through walls he's hid behind for years, what you do then is you tell yourself to wait it out, you say. It's this day, not me, that's bound to go away. Child, hold on, it's this day, not you, that's bound to go away.
In 1913, Ethel Smythe wrote her fourth opera, The Boatswain's Mate, which was deemed one of the first feminist operas. Ethel Smythe was completely devoted to the women's suffrage movement in England, even going so far as not to write music for 2 years so she could dedicate herself to the cause. However, she realized quickly that music and activism worked hand in hand, and she would become most famous for composing the March of the Women, the official anthem of the women's suffrage movement. The Boatswain's Mate was the first opera she wrote after composing the famous anthem. From that opera, this is What If I Were Young Again, performed by Ronnie Turner.
What if I were young again, careless and gay? What if I were young again, just for 2 days? The hot sun and glory setting, with gold through the fine gifts fretting. day's work was done, night coming fast, on the tired world would fall silence at last. The birds in their warmth sleeping, the stars one by one forth peeping. Swift as a ghost, I would steal down the path to a spot I know. What if one were waiting there, waiting for me? Overhead a ruffled pine sings like the sea, a star from the night sky falling, the desires of a young heart calling. Ah, well I know that to deepness then I would cling to my dreams.
It's 1922, and Millie Dilmont has just arrived in New York City from Salina, Kansas. Determined to become a success, she rips up her return ticket home. The Roaring '20s were known for parties, booze, and a surging economy. For women, there were far more opportunities after proving themselves as skilled workers during World War I. And in 1920, all women were given the right to vote. Thoroughly Modern Millie is a Broadway musical shaped by a new generation of determined and bold women, wanting nothing more than to create a life for themselves, whatever that life may be. From that show comes Not for the Life of Me, performed by Elene Medford Johnson.
I studied all the pictures in magazines and books. I memorized the subway map too. There's one walk north to Macy's and two to Brothers Brooks. Manhattan, I prepared for you. You certainly are different from what they have back home, where nothing's over 3 stories high, and no one's in a hurry or wants to roam. But I do, though they wonder why. They said I would soon be good and lonely. They said I would sing the homesick blues. So I always have this ticket in my pocket, a ticket home in my pocket, to do with as I choose. Burn the bridge, bet the store, baby's coming home no more, not for the life of me. Break the lock, post my bail, done my time, I'm out of jail, not for the life of me. A life that's gotta be more than this one light town where the light is always red. Gotta be more than this old ghost town where the ghost ain't even dead. Clap your hands just because, don't you know that where I am ain't where I was, not for the life of me. Not for the life of, not for the life of, not for the life of me.
Mabel Normand, a silent film actress, had fallen in love with the man who discovered her, Mack Sennett. However, when he neglects her, Mabel sees no other option than to claim her own Declaration of Independence. This is the song Wherever He Ain't from Mack and Mabel performed by Fathom Swanson.
I gotta give my life some sparkle and fizz. I think a thought that isn't wrapped up in his. The place that I consider paradise is wherever he ain't, wherever he ain't. No more to wither when he's grouchy and gruff. No more to listen to him billow and bluff. Tomorrow morning I'll be strutting my stuff wherever he ain't, wherever he ain't. Enough of being bullied and bust. Ta-ta! Auf Wiedersehen and get lost. I walked behind him like a meek little lamb. I had my fill of his not giving a damn. I'd gladly go to Sydney, Sidewater, Siam, wherever he ate, wherever he ate. I'd gladly go where the hurricanes blow. I'd face the jungle and I'd stomp through the snow. As long as I can pack my baggage and go wherever he ain't, wherever he ain't. It's time for little Nell to rebel. If he's in heaven, I'll go to hell. My little love nest was a terrible trap, with me behaving like a simpering sap. So I gotta find a spot on the map. If he's going south, I'm going north. If he's going back, I'm going forth. Wherever he ain't.
Marian Anderson is deemed one of the finest contraltos of the 20th century and became the first African American to perform with the New York Metropolitan Opera in 1955. She exemplified the struggle of Black artists to overcome racial prejudice in the United States. In 1939, the Daughters of the American Revolution refused permission for Anderson to sing to an integrated audience in Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. The incident placed Anderson into the spotlight of the international community on a level unusual for a classical musician. With the aid of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and her husband, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Anderson performed a critically acclaimed open-air concert on Easter Sunday, April 9, 1939, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in the Capitol. She sang before an integrated crowd of more than 75,000 people and a radio audience in the millions. She began the concert by singing the first national anthem of the United States. In remembrance of Anderson's bravery and fight for equality, this is My Country 'Tis of Thee, performed by the Opera Wyoming Company.
My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from
are many works that critique gender roles and the relationships between men and women in the 20th century. In the Broadway show Wonderful Town, Ruth, who is frustrated by former romantic relationships, comedically laments the expectations of modern women. This is 100 Easy Ways to Lose a Man, performed by Andrea Seip.
Chapter 1. The first way to lose a man. You've met a charming fellow and you're out for a spin. The motor fails and he just wears a helpless grin. Don't bat your eyes and say, what a romantic spot we're in. Just leap out, crawl under the car, say, it's the gasket, and fix it in 2 seconds flat with a bobby pin. That's a good way to lose a man. He takes you to a baseball game, you sit knee to knee. He says, the next man up at bat will bunt, you'll see. Don't say, oh, what's a bunt? This game's too hard for little me. Instead, say, bunt? Are you nuts? With 0 outs, 2 men on base, and a left-handed batter coming up, he's going to walk right into a triple play, just like it happened in the 5th game of the World Series in 1923. That's a smart way to lose a man. A good way to lose a man. A splendid way to lose a man. Just throw your knowledge in his face. He'll never try for second base. Only 98 ways to go, girls. The third way to lose a man. The lifeguard at the beach that all the girlies adore swims bravely out to save you through the ocean's roar. Don't say, oh, thanks, I would have drowned in just 1 second more. Just shove his head underwater and say, last one back is a rotten egg, and race him back to shore. That's a good way to lose a man. You've met your perfect mate, and it's been love from the start. He whispers, you're the one to whom I give my heart. Don't say, I love you too, my dear. Let's never part. You say, I'm afraid you've made a grammatical error. You see, it's not to who I give my heart, it's to whom I give my heart. So you see, with the use of the preposition to, that makes who the indirect object, and that makes the use of whom imperative. I can show you easily with a simple chart. That's a swell way to lose a man. A fine way to lose a man. A dandy way to lose a man. Just be more well-informed than he. You'll never hear, oh, promise me. Just show him where his grammar errs and mark your towels hers and hers. Yes, girls, you too can lose your man if you will use my simple plan. 100 easy ways to lose a man.
Yet another popular Cinderella story can be found in the Broadway musical The Apple Tree. In that show, Ella is transformed, and she appreciates her own beauty now more than ever before. The first actress to play Ella was Barbara Harris, who went on to win the Tony Award for Best Leading Actress in a Musical in 1967. Harris is considered a pioneer in the art of improvisational theater at Second City in Chicago. She represents the beginnings of notable women in the world of sketch comedy and improv. This is Gorgeous from The Apple Tree, performed by Fathom Swanson.
Look at me. I am gorgeous. I am absolutely gorgeous. There's this avalanche of beauty in one woman, and I'm it. Look at the way all the parts fit together, stunning. me the women all stopped running. I was positive this creature was there inside the old me, all bottled up waiting to get free. Now I see the real me. Look at this, look at that, look at those. Let me just be beautiful, glamorous, radiant, ravishing. Look at the hair, look at the shape, everywhere. I am such a divine bee. Every studio will sign me. My cup runneth over. Whoever saw such a complete wow! Nobody could say no to me now. No one is as gorgeous as
Popularized by Barbara Streisand, Don't Rain on My Parade became a power ballad for women all over the United States. In 2004, it finished number 46 in AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs survey of top songs in American cinema. This is Don't Rain on My Parade from Funny Girl, performed by Elena Medford Johnson.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'm each my band out. I'll be my drum. And if I'm fanned out, you'll turn up that, sir. At least I didn't fake it, that, sir. I guess I didn't make it. That in nose of life's perfection. The freckle on the nose of life's perfection. The cinder or the shiny apple of its eye. I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, only can die once. Right, sir. Life is juicy, juicy, and you'll see. I gotta have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. I'm gonna live and live now. Get what I want, I know how. One roll for the whole shebang. One blow, that bell will go cling. Eye on the target and wham! One shot, one gunshot, and bam! Hey, Mr. Ornstein, here I am. I'll march my band out. I'll beat my drum. And if I'm fanned out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, heck, sir. I guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. No, nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my
In Stephen Schwartz's musical Working, everyday people are the sole focus. One of the characters, Kate, tells the story of how people doubt her intelligence because she chooses to stay home with her family. This is Just a Housewife from Working, performed by Christine Kiefer.
All I am is just a housewife, nothing special, nothing great. What I do is kind of boring. If you'd rather, it can wait. All I am is someone's mother. All I am is someone's wife. All of which seems unimportant. All it is just my life. Do the laundry, wash the dishes, take the dog out, clean the house, shop the groceries, look for specials. God, it seems so Mickey Mouse. Drop the kids off, pick the shirts up, try to lose weight, try again. Pick the things up, lose your patience. Count to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All I am is just a housewife, nothing great. What I do is out of fashion, what I feel is out of date. All I am is someone's mother. Right away I'm not too bright. What I do is unfulfilling, so the TV talk shows tell me every night. I don't mean to complain at all, but they make you feel like you're 2 feet tall when you're just a wife. Nowadays all the magazines make a bunch of beans out of family life. You're a whiz if you go to work, but you're just a jerk if you say you won't. Women's lip says they think it's fine if the choice was mine, but you know they don't. What I do, what I choose to do, maybe come to you, but it's not to me. Is it dumb that they need me there? Is it dumb to care? 'Cause I do, you see. And I mean, did you ever think, really stop to think what a job it was? Doing all the things that a housewife does. I'm afraid it's unimportant. All it is just a housewife, nothing special. What I do is unexciting, kind of dull. Take the kids here, take the kids there. I don't mean to complain at all. All I am is busy, busy. All I am is like my mother. All I am is just a housewife.
Composer Libby Larsen has been an advocate for American composers, co-founding the American Composers Forum and winning multiple awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Academy of Arts and Letters in 2000. Larsen's appointment as composer in residence with the Minnesota Orchestra in 1983 made her the first woman to serve as a resident composer with a major orchestra. With themes familiar to Wyoming audiences, Larsen's cowboy songs set cowboy and American poetry to song. The text for the first song, Bucking Bronco, was written by notorious outlaw Belle Starr. The second, Lift Me Into Heaven Slowly, is the retitled Sufi Sam Christian of American poet Robert Creeley. And the third, Billy the Kid, is an anonymous text set to music. These are cowboy songs by Libby Larsen, performed by Ronnie Turner.
My life is a rider. My life is a rider.
of his rider. Why, oh, groans he breaks, though he promised to quit for my sake. It's 1 foot in the stirrup, and the saddle put on with a swing and a jump. He's mounted and gone. The first time I saw him, it was early one spring, a-riding a bronco, a hit thing. The next time I saw him, 'twas late in the fall, a swinging of the goose at Tomlinson's ball. He gave me some presents, among them a ring. The return that I gave him was a fortunate thing, a young maiden's heart. But have you all know that he won it by riding his bucking bronco? Now, oh, young maidens, where'er you reside, beware of the cowboy who swings rawhide. He'll court you and pet you and leave you to go. In the spring, up the trail on his bucking bronco. Lift me into heaven's sight, 'cause my the folks and he kept them on the road. He shot one every morning to make his morning meal. Let a man seize him, they were sure to feel the steel. He kept up to hot water, stole from any stage. When he was full of liquor, he was always in a rage. He kept things boiling over, stayed out in the brush when he was full of pity. Other folks had better hush. Billy was a bad man. Billy was a bad man. Billy was a bad man. But one day he met a man a whole lot better. And now he's dead. And we none the sadder.
Irene Sankoff wrote a musical called Come From Away in 2013 that featured real-life heroes in Newfoundland on September 11th, 2001. Most people don't know that Beverly Bass, the first ever female captain for American Airlines, saved over 100 lives that day. Her story from childhood to that tragic day is the focus of this song. This is Me and the Sky from Come From Away, performed by Andrea Sipe.
My parents must have thought they had a crazy kid, 'cause I was one of those kids who always knew what I wanted. They took me down to the airport to see all the planes departing, watching them fly. Something inside of me was starting. I was 8 when I told them that I'd be a pilot. But I was too young and too short, and there were no female captains. And my dad said, be patient, he said, just see what happens. But I took my first lesson, came down from the sky, and told my father I'd fly for the rest of my life. And I got my first job flying for a mortician in a tiny Bonanza, just a corpse and me. $5 an hour for flying dead bodies. I had to climb over their faces just to get to my seat. But suddenly the wheels lift off, the ground is falling backwards. I am suddenly alive. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly everything's changed. Suddenly I'm not too short or too young, and the passengers in the back don't complain. Suddenly I'm flying company charters. Suddenly everything's high. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. American Airlines had the prettiest planes, so I applied as a flight engineer. But the World War II pilots, they all complained. They said girls shouldn't be in the cockpit. Hey lady, hey baby, hey, why don't you grab us a drink? And the flight attendants weren't my friends back then. And they said, are you better than us, do you think? But I kept getting hired, and the World War II crew, they retired, and the girls all thought much higher of me. 1986, the first female American captain in history. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly I've got my wings. Suddenly all of those pilots protesting me, well, they can get their own drinks. Suddenly there's no one saying stay grounded, looking down, watching them fly. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. Suddenly I've got an all-female crew. The news caught and made headlines across know you're not anything 'cause you're a girl. Suddenly I'm getting married and we're putting pins on the map where we flow. Suddenly I am a mother and suddenly shocked at how much they've grown. Suddenly I'm wondering how my parents would feel seeing me teaching men to be pilots. 'Cause suddenly I am a senior instructor. Somehow I'm 51. Suddenly I'm flying Paris to Dallas, across the Atlantic and feeling calm. And suddenly someone on air traffic says at 8:46 there's been a terrorist action. The one thing I loved more than anything was used as the bomb. Suddenly I'm in a hotel. Suddenly something has died. Suddenly there's something in between me and the sky.
Leontyne Price was one of the most popular classical singers of her generation. A pushed lyric soprano, her signature role was that of Aida in the opera of the same name. Not only did she become the first female opera singer and the second opera singer ever to win a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys, she won the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1964. This is O Patria Mia from Aida, performed by Emily Quintana.
I just walked off.
Qui raramente verrò che ora dirmi io tremo. Oh, se tu vieni a recarmi a crudel l'ultimo Dio del mio incubi vortici mi d'oro tomba e pace forse oblio. Mai più ti rivedrò. pew. No, no, my pew, my pew. Il sogno dileguato. Oh, Padre mio, non ti vedo mai più. Non ti vedrò mai più. Patria mia, mai più. Ti
The Lion King was popularized in the mid-90s by Disney Studios. It was later turned into one of the most successful shows ever to be performed on Broadway. Julie Taymor, the original director, was the first woman to win a Tony for Best Direction. This is Shadowland from The Lion King, performed by the Opera Wyoming Company.
Shadowland, the leaves have fallen. This shadowland, this was our home. The rivers dry, the ground has broken, so I must go. Now I must go. And where the journey may lead you, let your praise be my guide. I cannot stay here, my family, but I remember my pride. I have no choice, I will find my way where I belong. Take this path, what lies out there, where harmony. This path
valuable. Besipo, Besipo.
Louisa May Alcott is best known for creating Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy in her 1886 book, Little Women. Since then, this popular story has been adapted many times, including Greta Gerwig's film last year and the musical by Mindy Dickstein in 2005. Jo is considered one of the fiercest female characters of her time and embodies the momentous life of Alcott herself. This is Astonishing from Little Women, the musical, performed by Elene Medford Johnson.
Who is he? Who is he with his marry me? With his ring and his marry me? The words, the goal. This is not what it was meant to be. How could he ruin it all with those two words? I thought I knew him, but he knew me. When did it change? What did I miss? A kiss when I thought all along that we were meant to forge frontiers. How could I be so wrong? And how I need my sisters here. If I can't share my dreams, what were they for? I thought I promised meant that we would never change and never part. I thought together we'd amaze the world. How can I live my dreams or even start when everything has come apart? I thought home was all I'd ever want, my attic all I'd ever need. Now nothing feels the way it was before, and I don't know how to proceed. I only know I'm meant for something more. I've got to know if I can be astonishing. There's a life that I am meant to lead, a life like nothing I have known. I can feel it, and it's far from here. I've got to find it on my own. Even now I feel its heat upon my skin, a life of passion that pulls me from within, a life that I am aching to begin. There must be somewhere I can be astonishing. I'll find my way
Rosa Ponsell, an American operatic soprano, triumphed in New York and London in the opera Norma. Not only would Rosa be considered one of the greatest sopranos of the 20th century, but this song from Norma would go on to be the first opera single inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. This is Casta Diva, performed by Emily Quintana. 2016, Sarah Bareilles and Jessie Nelson wrote the musical adaptation of Waitress. It tells the story of Jenna as she navigates an abusive relationship and finds solace in baking, her true passion. Despite feeling like she has lost control over her life, Jenna emerges from her circumstances as a true hero for abused women and men everywhere. Waitress was nominated for 4 Tonys, 5 Drama Desk Awards, and 1 Grammy. This is She Used to Be Mine, performed by Andrea Sight.
It's not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this apron. That place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center, but I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. It's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. Now I've got you. You're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For that girl that I knew who'd be reckless just enough to get hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. Then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes, and that's been gone but used to be mine, used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
In 2017, a parody of Broadway and Shakespeare was created and performed as a musical under the title Something Rotten. In it, the character Bee reminds her husband of her many qualities and wants nothing more than for them to work as a team. This is Right Hand Man from Something Rotten, performed by Christine Kiefer.
If you ever got in trouble, I would be there on the double just to bail you out. If there's anything you lack, you know I've always got your back. That's what it's all about. Think of me as your sidekick, helping you whenever I can. But just to be a woman, baby, that's coming, baby. Let me be your right-hand man. If you're ever in a pickle, you can call for me and quick'll be how fast I run. You and me should be a team for any dream or any scheme. That's how it should be done. Sure, I can stay in the background, just smiling every now and again. But just to be a pretty lady, that would be a pity, baby. Let me be your right-hand man. I am stronger than you think. Don't be thinking I ain't tough. I am where you ought to go when the going's getting rough. So when things are going badly,
But they're not.
they kind of are.
No, things are fine.
But if they weren't,
Things are okay.
love,
What?
oh,
What?
quit trying to protect me.
Can we change the subject, please?
But not until I know that if you're ever in a fix and it's a fix you need to nix, then I'm your go-to
You're
guy.
not a guy.
Don't be so literal, and don't forget I'm not a shrinking violet, a solid rock am I. So don't be thinking I'll crumble when the you-know-what hits the fan. There's no problem that's too big. When you're married, that's the gig. So don't be a sexist pig. I'm not asking too much of you. It's only 'cause I love you. Let me be your right. In fact, I'll show you that I'm right. Baby, I'm your right. Don't put up the fight. I can be your right. Starting here tonight, I can be your right hand man. Baby, I'm your right hand man.
March of the Women was written by Ethel Smythe in 1910 to words by Cecily Hamilton. It became the official anthem of the Women's Social and Political Union, and more widely, the anthem of the women's suffrage movement. It was first performed on January 21st, 1911 by the Suffrage Choir. The most famous, though least public performance of March of the Women took place in Holloway Women's Prison in 1912, where over 100 suffragists, including Ethel Smythe and Emmeline Pankhurst, leader and founder of the Women's Social and Political Union, were imprisoned. Inspired by the communal determination and courage of the prisoners, many of whom had endured the torture of forced feeding, Ethel Smythe appeared at a window overlooking the prison yard where they exercised and conducted their singing of the suffrage battle hymn by waving her toothbrush. In 1913, Emmeline Pankhurst was imprisoned for the 5th time and began a hunger strike she did not expect to survive. After her release, she told Ethel Smythe that at night she would feebly sing the March of the Women. It is with great pleasure that we recognize the brave women who fought for our right to vote tonight. This is the March of the Women, performed by the Company of Opera Wyoming.
preparing, firm in reliance, wrath and defiance, nothing more for sure is the end. March, march, many as one, shoulder to shoulder and friend to friend.
You don't have to carry me at all. Oh no.
Well, anybody who speaks French will know this. We did too. Thank you for coming. I gotta go see the puppy. It's Adam's brother's puppy.
I see Jack Jack. I see Jack Jack.
I've heard from many times from the city girl. So yeah, so I know her from a while. Oh, you talking about Angie and Andrea?
Thank you for coming. I love your mask. Oh my God, it's so cute. That's the best part of this is all the cute masks. It is really cute. You're fine. We're wearing it. I by contract I have to wear it. Oh, she probably went. When are you gonna be over that? You know, we had talked about doing this. This was fabulous. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like for me in the sky, it was really cool. Like it was. Yeah. We talked about doing this. And just stuff like yeah.
Over Wyoming. We've gone to most of their programs, right? Oh, and no, not really.
On the park?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Except bug spray. That's the thing I need to remember next time.
Oh, yeah, bug spray. Bug spray.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we do. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay, we'll do that. Oh, we got masks on. Like 7 seconds.
Joan, we're trying to figure out
Hey, Scott, make sure you keep it.
I just want to make sure that we both know that so I don't.
On the